Hi, this is Jenny Oyap with Nuggets and Things. We want to talk about, getting in a place and keeping that place. Many times, you can get in a place and then lose it, right? We lose positions, we lose opportunities, we may lose, friendships, whatever, because we got into a place that maybe wasn't meant to be in, or maybe it wasn't worthy for that position, right? A lot of times in our life, I want to share one of the people in my life that I know will never get in a position again that I place him in, because you place people in different places in your life, right? They have different areas in your life in which people get into. When they become a part of your life, I always tell people this is my little scenario. And again, these are my opinions. This is my thoughts. This is what my truths are. How I view things. And of course, you can view it differently. So if you do, just take it as as it applies to you, and ignore it if it don't. There's a great man who taught me years ago. He said, "Learn to go anywhere and eat the meat and spit out the bones. What's meant for you, you receive it, and what is it, you let it go." Okay, so I say that to say this to you. When people come into my life, there's different areas that they belong in. There are people who will walk with me, that's beside me. The people who walk with me are people who, I'm vibing with them, right? We got this thing going on, so we can walk together. There are people who I would place in front of me. The people who I put in front of me are usually the people I can't trust them. So I want them in front of me so I can watch them. I need to watch you, because you surely can't get behind me. You never trust somebody to get behind you who, that can be your enemy. You put them in front of you so you can see them. The people who I allow to be behind me are the people who are supporting me, who I know got my back. And everybody don't get that position, but if I know you got my back, I know you got me no matter what happens, no matter how things turns out. I know you got me back there. Hey, I can rest on. I ain't got to worry about it. And there are people in my life who I got like that. I know they got my back. There's no questions about it. I don't have to think twice about it. I don't have to, oh, I wonder what they're doing. No, I know what they're doing. They got my back. And I tell people this, they like to quote the scripture to me, do unto others and you will have them do unto you. That's the scripture, right? And I tell people this because I revise mine. And I say, I support those who support me. So people who support me, I support them. If you don't support me, okay, you got it. It's like, I've gone through my life always trying to help people. This is what I do. All I know is how to help others, how to be a blessing to people. This is what I do. Okay, so in my life, I have given and given and given out of, my depths of my heart. I've given, financially, spiritually, whatever it would take. This is what I do. This is what I do. So now, somewhere in my life, in my giving, I expect at some point, if I get in a situation that I'm coming to you, hey, you selling donuts this week. I'm buying your donuts. This is an example, right? I'm buying your donuts, okay? And I'm supporting your cause, whatever it is. You're doing a fundraiser, for your church, for your building, for your family, whatever it is. I will support you, because I'm down with you, right? But then when my time comes and I'm selling hot dogs and I can't get you to answer the phone and I can't get you to say, yeah, I got you, then guess what? It changes then. That now we have now exchanged our positions. Because now if I can support you and do for you, I surely expect you to support me when my time comes. Because this is what we're supposed to do for one another. And I don't care how big it is or how small. This is how I view people, right? And so when I say, I support those who support me, that's what I mean when we talk about the golden rule. That's my golden rule. I go all out for people. But now when my turn comes and I come to you and I say to you, hey, I'm doing such a thing, or I need help with this, whatever it may be, whatever, how small, how big, it doesn't matter. When that time comes and you don't have time to help me, whatever the reason may be, right? And I know that you can and you choose not to. Hey, I'm cool with that. I'm cool. But now, mark it. Make sure you mark that, right? Mark it, because a time is going to come. You're going to come back to me. Surely, as you know, sure as the sun come up in the morning, you'll come back to me again. And you'll say, hey, sis, can you help me? And my answer is going to be absolutely not. Absolutely not. And you said, well, you can't do that, people. Yes, I can. Yes. Who said I couldn't? I surely can, will, and do. And do. And don't feel bad about it either. Because, I do believe that, we're supposed to be helpers one to another. And that also falls in line, which we talk about positioning people, right? Where do you position people in your life? Because everybody should have a position, a place in your life. If they're in your life, I need to know where I need to put them. I love people. But my love for people, it has different stages and different places. But I love you. I would tell you I love you easily. I meet people every day. Every day. And there are people who I can say, hey, I love you. I just love you. Right? And I do. I do. But now, as a level of that love, how deep is that love? Where does that love go? Right? Because I tell you I love you does not mean I want anything, intimate, or it's beyond that place. There's platonic love. There's, all kinds of love that we can give to people. One of my ladies that I met, I tell her all the time, right? When I talk to her on the phone, I never stop. I never hang up the phone with her if I tell her, hey, I love you, girl. Oh, I love you, sis. And, she's older than I am. But I tell her that because I know she needs to hear that. I know that, what she goes through a course of a day, she needs to hear that. So, and I'm not giving it to her because I know she needs to hear it. It's because my heart is there with her. And when I feel her, I'm going to call her. And when I call her, when I finish talking to her, I'm going to always end the conversation with, I love you, because it may be the last time she hear me say that. And I want to make sure whenever she gets off the phone with me, she knows, hey, the last conversation, she told me she loved me. And say, oh, you being dramatic. No, I'm being real. Because see, sometimes things we should have said, things we should have done, we put it off. And I am not one of those people who I do not like to procrastinate. And I'm not really fond of procrastinators either. Hey, sue me. Because I don't, right? Because I'm a type of person, I am. And I don't get mad with everybody because they can't be, like somebody else. I'm just saying for me. If I know I can do it today, I'm going to do it today. My supervisor had told me today, I call my supervisor, he's, because he's over me. But I say to him, because I don't call nobody my boss. He ain't got no boss. I am the boss. Anyway. So he asked me, he said, I need you to do such a thing for me today. Can you do it? You don't have to, right? It does not have to be right now. But can you do this for me? I said, sure. So while he's talking to me, I'm typing it up, right? And he says, you don't have to do it right now. I said, okay, I know. And I'm steady typing, right? And so he says, what are you doing? I said, look, you're asking for it now. I'm going to try my best to get it to you. Before you get in the parking lot, I want to have it done. Because that's one less thing I got to worry about. If I can get it done now, because I have a lot of big, I got a lot of big things I got to do. I have, I got these big, good gracious, these big jobs, that's demanding, my time and things I need to do. But I know it's going to take more time for me to do those things. But these small things that I can work on right now, I want to get them done and get them out the way. That's how I move. That's how I flow. That's how I keep things rolling. And so, he says, I appreciate that. I said, no. And I said, it's just what I do. And I'm saying that because, in my life, because you got to figure out how you need to do things for your life. But for me, what works for me? When I position people, when I place people in my life, in my heart, in my surroundings, in my prayers, whatever it may be, it evolves around me, it orbits in my life, wherever they are in my life, they have been placed there. I have placed them there because You can't get a position in my life unless I allow it to be. You know, I I assign people in my life, right? You don't come in and say, "Oh yeah, I'm going to be this in your life." No, no, you you just can't come in and just take a place. And I tell a lot of people, a lot of positions you have to earn. I got to test you. I got to make sure you qualify to be in that place. And to some, it may sound ridiculous or silly. But in essence, I'm telling you something to help us to be better, because so many times we quickly do things and put people in places in our life that later on will damage us. They will hurt us. They will deceive us. They will cause almost our demise because we did not take our time to figure out who we were dealing with and then what their purpose is in our life. And once you realize their purpose and who they are, then you carefully put a person in that place, that position, that area of your life. And so when I say people who come in my life, everybody who gravitates towards me, hey, I can flow with you, whatever, I still know where I'm going to put them. If I don't trust you, you're going to be in front of me because I don't trust you. I won't trust. I don't need you standing with me because I don't trust you. And you definitely won't get behind me because I don't trust you. So you need to be in front of me so I can watch you, because I need to figure out who you are. Now, once you have showed me who you are, then I know, okay, yeah, I can put you here, because sometimes you work with somebody long enough, yeah, we can do this thing. And then you put them beside you because you say, hey, we got this, right? Everything is good. We on an even line, right? And then if something changes where I know you got some strength and you know how to, you can catch me, because it takes a powerful person to catch me. Catching me, I ain't talking about, this, okay, it's a natural thing. I'm not talking about natural. I'm talking about you can catch me in the spirit. You can feel me and know exactly where I'm getting ready to flow, how I'm getting ready to move. And you can catch me before I even get there because, see, you're in sync with me. You understand how I move. You know what I do, how I do it. Okay, I know her next move because this is what she does. See, you catching me. And that person needs to be behind me because they can catch me. So if I lean too far to the side, they got me. They can pull me back up. See, those people behind me, man, they got all my trust. They got all my trust. I can close my eyes at night and know I'm good because they watching over me. They got me. I'm going to tell you, I'm folded up in them. That's a good thing. Very few people make that place, but the ones that do, hey, I honor them, right? I honor them all the time. And I'm thankful for all those people. But now every once in a while, you place somebody in a position and then you find out down the road they didn't belong there. Now, you got to move them, whether you're going to demote or promote. You got to move them because you realize that position that they're holding, no, that's not for them, right? I do this on my job all the time, right? When I'm dealing with staff, I watch them. They always laughing about something that I'm doing, right? But I watch them and I tell them all the time, I see everything. I watch and I observe everybody. You may not be paying me no attention, but I'm watching everybody. I'm sitting at my desk doing one thing, but every once in a while I'll glance up and I'm watching somebody and I'm taking notes on it. I'm taking notes of how well they're doing something, or I need to work with them with that, whatever it may be. But this is what I do. Well, if I do this on my natural job, imagine what I do in my spiritual being, my life, my livelihood. This right here, I have to protect this because this is all I got. I got to protect it from any and everybody. And every once in a while, you have a Judas that shows up. A Judas, y'all already know, the scripture about. The Judas is somebody who you trusted to be close to you. And they were dear to you. But then they proved to you they wasn't who they was. And that Judas would never get an opportunity ever again to be in that place they was before. See, I made a mistake and I put a Judas close to me. And that Judas got close enough to me to to see my ins and my outs, to see how I flow, how I do things, and they can about mock everything I do. They know the song I'm getting ready to sing. They can see what I'm getting ready to wear. They might know all this because they've been close enough to me to watch me and observe me. But then at some point in some time, they reveal themselves. And they say, and you look, wow, you've been there all the time. Oh, wow. Okay. And in my life, and that is heartbreaking because the Judas in your life has to be somebody that you have brought into your life, have gotten close to your heart, somebody who you love very dearly, somebody you would give your life for. They are close to you. You love them so. And then at one time or another, they reveal themselves. And then once they have revealed themselves, see, once you reveal yourself, you can't cover that up no more. Ain't that something? Once you show who you are, you can never take that back. It's like, what's that Black Panther? She says, show them who you are, right? And, once he reveals that he was the Black Panther, nobody would ever forget he was the Black Panther. So whenever they saw him, whenever they watched him, I don't care what he was wearing during the day, they still know, don't mess with him. That's the Black Panther. Well, you know what? It's the same thing in life. Once someone reveals to you who they are, once that has been shown to you, you can't forget it. You can't erase that thought. You can't erase what you know for nothing. I don't care how bad you want to try. You now know that this person is this, and that can be a high and it can be a low. But it's the fact. When someone shows you who they really are, Maya Angelou say, when someone tells you who they are, believe them. And see, telling you who they are does not mean a verbal conversation. It means exposing themselves to you and revealing to you who they are. And sometimes people just unfold in front of me, and there's, oh my God, they're precious jewels. They just like, oh my gosh, I'm holding on to them like everything I got, because I'm like, I've been blessed with such a beautiful person in my life. They are so good to me. They just make my day. They give me what I need when I'm feeling low. They pour into me to help me feel better. Sometimes when I feel like, oh man, I can't seem to be getting this right. And they will say something to me that make me feel like I'm on this high mountain, right? And so those people, you treasure them. And there are those who let you know that they're watching every step that you make, and they're trying to set you up for a fall. Remember them too. So when people are brought into your life, you remember you have the power. That is your place, your time to position them where they're supposed to be. Not where they want to be, but where they're supposed to be. Do not put people in places or positions that they're not ready for, they're not qualified for, or they do not possess the qualifications for, because it's only going to make it bad along the way. Do not choose to let your heart, right? I'm talking about, your heart being, you're getting emotional to do something when your spirit is telling you no. Sometimes I could be on a conversation talking to somebody and I want to share something with them, and my spirit says, that's enough, don't say no more. I said, but I want to tell them. I said, maybe, I don't know if it's not the time or they're not the person. But whatever it may be, I hush, because I know my spirit is guiding me not to say that. It's not time for me to pour that into them, because even though people mean good sometimes, they mean to do well sometimes the slip of the tongue could get you in a whole lot of trouble. They didn't mean to set you up. They didn't mean to do this most of the time, but they just said the wrong thing around the wrong person at the wrong time, and it messes you up, right? And it sets you up for failure and for falls. So remember that in your walk, in your talk, in everything that you do. Everybody that's placed in your life has a place in your life. But everybody that's placed in your life is not placed in the same position. They're not supposed to be all in the same place. Some people you need to sit aside. Some you need to sit with. Some you need to sit for. Okay? Just make sure you know where you place everyone that's in your life. Take out time sometimes, just sit back and just think about the people who are in your life. And then wonder, okay, I got it could be family, friends, or foes, okay? Because they're family doesn't mean they get an opportunity to be close to you because they're family, because not all family need to be close. All family ain't blood. you know, because they're friends don't mean they have the right to be behind you, because all friends ain't really friendly, right? And because they are your enemy does not mean they're all supposed to be somewhere in that front. Because let me tell you something, I have some people who consider themselves enemies who are above, right? And they're getting me in position for different things. Because I'm telling you something, anybody can be used to bless you. And they don't even like it sometimes. They don't want to do it. They don't even want to say it. But they got to do it because it's purposed. Because it's already been pre-orchestrated a long time ago. You have already been predestined to be exactly where you're supposed to be at the time that you are arriving to that place. So today, just think about that. Whoever it is in your life. Just do it, go back and just kind of like rehearse some things and look at people who are in your life. And think about who's there and why they're there. And did you place them there or did they put themselves there? Do those things and see whether or not how you feel at the end of it. Because it's nothing more, heartbreaking, more painful than have somebody in a place that could almost destroy your life. I say almost, because can't nobody destroy you but you, right? And the God that you serve. They may try, they may even break you, cause you a lot of pain, put you in some bad places, but they cannot destroy you. They don't have that kind of power. Nobody has that kind of power unless you give it to them. So don't give nobody that kind of power, okay? Know who you are, know your worth, know your value, and know everybody who's around you. Know them that labor among you. Know everybody who's around you. I got great people around me, and I'm so thankful. I'm so grateful all the time for these great people in my life. Great folks. But everybody that's in my life has been positioned. And I know where they are. And they will stay there until I see different. And then if I deem so, I will move them to a different place, a different location, whether it's higher or lower, based on how I see them work, move, flow, and where they are with me. Because I must protect me at all costs, and you must protect you. There's nothing even greater than your protection over you. Thank you so much for your time. Your blessings, your prayers, everything that you do. I pray that this has been a blessing for you. This is Jenny Oya with Nuggets and Things. You be blessed, you be powerful, let your light forever shine. Stay at peace, stay in harmony, and know that there's greater works working for you. Blessings. Thank you.